for those services.
Right. Let's hear from Herman Manyora as well, and Dr. Isaac Kalua Green. When it comes to taxes, garbage collection, the whole melange of things that we're discussing early in the morning when people are taking breakfast. But it's just as a segue maybe to our discussion ahead as well.
Well, good morning, Duban. Good morning, our viewers. Well, give unto Caesar what is Caesar. So people have to pay taxes. The only thing I know is that taxes must not be seen as punitive. Collection of taxes must also be collection, and the overall administration must be as simple as possible. They must also make sense. So one thing I've always felt about taxes, which may be outside what we are discussing, is that taxes must be discriminative.
Must be discriminative.
If a tax does not discriminate between a person who stays in Runda and the one who stays in the village I come from, Luombe, then that tax is immoral, unacceptable, and criminal, I think. So taxes like VAT, in my view, are actually immoral. Because you ask somebody staying in Karen to pay the same amount of tax as a person staying in Kibra.
Actually, the one
and something else about taxes, which we don't seem to apply in this country. Once we have collected taxes, we must spread the benefits across. But if you look at what has happened in this country, taxes in this country don't benefit the poor. Well, there's only one way you can convince me taxes benefit the poor, other than the big roads you do for purposes of collecting bribes and, is if you provide services that cut across. Which services benefit the poor most, like health and education.
Yeah.
That would mean, therefore, in a country like Kenya, for there to be equity in terms of taxes and how they are spent, we need to have free quality education and free quality health care. That's the only way you can convince Kenyans that their taxes are being spread across the country for the benefit of all Kenyans. Otherwise, these taxes we collect only benefit the rich.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So there should be, this was the biggest debate as well when we had the 2018 general election in the US with Elizabeth Warren. Remember when she was floating that we should, the Americans should actually be taxing the wealthy more than the ordinary citizens. So the wealth tax was also a huge debate. So,
but in Kenya, it should be discriminative. In Kenya, it's the poor who pay. My little salary, they are just waiting for it. They run away with it. But the rich, those who do business, can afford the best
automatically
tax. They're called tax experts. To play around to avoid tax. So a company which should be paying $1 billion in tax ends up paying 80,000 to 100,000. Me, I don't have any room for maneuver. So they get my little salary.